Hello, I'm Dr. Paul Gannon, and today we're going to make some pumpkin soup. Very simple. We're going to use our sauteed leeks. If you haven't seen that video yet, please check it out because you're going to need that ingredient for the soup. So let's get started. For your pumpkin itself, you want to take the pumpkin and you want to do a peel. If you don't have this kind of a peeler, get one. They're amazing. And for the seeds, what you want to do is take a spoon and just start digging around, and all the seeds will come falling out. These are great toasted. Pumpkin seeds are high in zinc as well, so very good for men, although good for everybody. We all need zinc, not just men. Sprinkle them with a tiny bit of salt. Spread them out. And just toast them in a toaster oven for about 3 minutes or so. Let them sit in there for about 10 minutes after, and they should be perfect. Once you have the inside scraped out very well, everything, get rid of all the strings, all we're going to do is chop up our pumpkin. This is not going to be a pureed soup, by the way. So, chopping up your pumpkin, pretty much just want to make strips, thin, like this, and little chunks. You know, these are going to be on your spoon, so make them whatever size you'd like. They will break down a little bit in the soup, but for the most part, they will hold their shape. Start with some chicken broth, which I have made previously. You can also use the chicken broth that you find in the quart containers, the quart paper containers at the grocery store. Those are very good quality. And we're going to add our leeks. These are leeks that I had actually frozen after I sauteed them. And into the mix they go. We're going to add our diced pumpkin, and we're going to let that simmer. Now, just this alone, the leeks, the pumpkin, the chicken stock, is enough. This is going to be a very delicious soup because of the leeks and the flavor of the chicken broth, of course. But you can use a veggie stock. You could use any other vegetable. You could use potatoes, you could use peas, you could use mixed vegetables, whatever you want. This would be enough to have a really delicious soup because of the leeks. They impart such a great flavor to the soup, you just can't go wrong with it. That's why I really like containers of leeks frozen throughout the winter time. It's cold tonight, I wanted to make a soup. I'm putting this together in about 20 minutes from start to finish. So it's very simple. I'm going to add a little bit of chicken to this. I'm going to bring it to a simmer. And once it simmers and the chicken is cooked, which will just take a few minutes, and the pumpkin is tender, the soup is pretty much done. So now we're just going to check out our soup, which is coming along beautifully, as you can see. As I said before, you can use any vegetable at all. You can use veggie stock. If you want to add more to this, you can. You could add basil and make it into an Italian soup. You could add lima beans with that. You could add some cilantro and some black beans and maybe some chipotle powder or jalapeno to make it into a nice Mexican soup. I'm actually going to add some watercress. It was at the store tonight. It was beautiful. In it goes. Lots and lots of green. Watercress will actually give it a little bit of a Chinese flavor, and you can add some chili and what is this stuff? This is chili paste with garlic. Excellent for Chinese flavoring. Very pure as well. So when you're adding other spices like fresh basil or cilantro or the watercress for that matter, add them at the end. You don't want to boil them away and have all of those great flavors off into the atmosphere. The oils, the small amount of oils that are in the herbs, in the basil, in the cilantro, that's really where the flavor comes from. So you want to keep that in the soup and not have it boiling off. You've been watching Dr. Paul Gannon. Check out my website at drpaulgannon.com. Have fun in the kitchen. Eat healthy. Eat organic whenever you can.